Harlequins will be hoping the home advantage will give them what it takes to get over the line in today's one-off what-if requested match. After their record of no wins so far from 4 appearances, they'll be hoping to get that win they much desire. Hello everyone and welcome along to Cornflakes Crib, your home of Rugby Challenge 2 and the one-off what-if series where you get to pick what you see out there on the rugby field. And today's special request is coming in for Joe Kinsella. Thank you for your request, Joe. I hope I haven't made a hash of your last name too much. Apologies if I have, but Joe has wanted to see Harlequins up against Ospreys, and the Quins are yet to get themselves a victory in this series, unlike their opponents who have the one so far. Both teams not the best of records, and Harlequins with a good team, and against their cross-competition rivals, a fitting situation for a Heineken Cup setting. They will be at home to face up against the Welsh side Ospreys, who have only played 2 matches so far in the series and have a loss and a win so far. So they'll be looking to build on that at the expense of Harlequins, who so far haven't got the win. Last time they drew, of course, if you remember that late comeback against Toulon. They'll be hoping for one more, and Ospreys will be hoping to put the run on and get a second win on the trot in this one-off what-if requested match. Coming up right now, kickoff about to get underway, players are set to go. Let's get down to the action. And it is Ospreys playing in their home strip of the black with white numbers, and Harlequins also doing the same. Their usual kit colours of all sorts of the rainbow. And we are underway through Bigger. And he kicks downfield, and Turner Hall will take the first hit up of the match on his own 22 and lose the ball promptly. That is a big mistake straight away as Evans goes rumbling through a pick and go off the back. Still here, Ospreys to the left side, Walker. Oh, he had numbers to his left, he couldn't find them, and Walker will be kicking himself at the bottom of that ruck that he could have scored the first try already, as Tibaldi gives a short pass to Allen, who gets driven backwards from the Quins defence. Ball still there for Ospreys. It'll be Duncan Jones, big pass from the loose head prop. They spring it back into Walker, and he goes through one half tackle.
Release.
Harlequins hard on defences. Tibaldi takes another run down the side of the ruck, and here's Duncan Jones again, pops it in the tackle. Chance out wide on the right. They come back in through Beck. He grumbles along the ground, and Seki lets it run dry. Oh, that was too close, far too close. Allen was just about in for a 5-pointer. Seki didn't want to touch it at all. Just about cost Harlequins the opening try. It runs dead though, and Nick Evans will get a chance to thump it downfield from the 22. It sits up nicely. It's there for Fussell, going to the left for Walker. He's broken the line a couple of times already. Now he looks upfield. It's Bigger. Bigger's running at the line, and he gets taken. Good defence coming from the Harlequins. Monnier coming across. Good tackle along with his fullback, and now they come to the right-hand side. It's a chance for Dirksen, and Dirksen will score. The American opens the account for Ospreys. It was shadowy defence from Harlequins, and this is why they struggle. Dirksen opens up the account. Harlequins were still worried about where Dan Bigger was going, and the defence in the end could not stop Dirksen and the amazing moustache. Tibaldi took it quickly and went wide. Tibaldi, great pass out to Dirksen, and he threw the dummy. Monnier brought it and took it back home. That's how far away he was from that. But it was this man who initiated the break, and he caught the defence of Brown and Monnier short. They just got him in the corner, and he'll have the chance to make it 7. Dan Bigger hits it wide. Well, that's a big mistake. That's a poor kick from a usually reliable fly half with the boots. Bigger misses that one. It's just 5-0. Ospreys with the lead. It leaves the door ajar for Harlequins after a quarter of an hour. Nick Evans kicks off to the left side, and as Monnier chasing again, and Keir gets it. Robshaw, now some ball for the Quins, away from Doran Jones, out to Saki. Nearly made a mistake before. He cuts a big gap, and Alwyn Jones, and he gives it to Marler, somehow in the tackle, low, Low, pops it out the back door, and it's taken in from Adam Jones. And the tight head prop goes to ground, just 10 out from his own line. Tibaldi goes short to Tipperick. Good pass to Dallin, and they go wide for Dirksen. He's already got one. He kicks as he comes up against Brown, and the kick goes across field. Big breeze. Back there is Saki. Oh, look at him turn and run in the defence. Brilliant work from the winger. Turner Hall goes through a couple of shoddy tackles. Now he's right on halfway. To the left side to Robshaw. He misses one out. Kennedy, the big man, the big lot, giving it over the top for Monnier. Monnier squeaks through one and gets hit heavily in the second.
Release.
Care on hand instantly. The scrum half to pop it out to Turner Hall again, who goes to ground. Not much ground there in Turner Hall's run, but it's a possession. Here for Harlequins, that's important. Evans, oh, big gap for Nick Evans. Can he free up? Oh, a massive high shot. Big high hit from Fussell, that is huge. What's the option taking going to call for here? It's going to be a shot at goal. Well, it was Nick Evans who made the break. He opted to chip over the top of the fullback. The high tackle, stopping him in his tracks, and now he has a chance to make it 3 points for Harlequins. He chops it up. Oh, the wind has just pulled that down. Unbelievable when he repays the favour of the fullback. Oh, big hit from Evans on Fussell this time, and the penalty is almost pretty much reversed. No damage done, and Bigger will have a chance to thump this downfield and relieve all the built-up pressure against Ospreys. Well, what a clash between that man there on screen, the fullback, and the fly half for Harlequins, Nick Evans. Those two really going at it. It's a line out here for Hibbert and Ospreys. It goes to the front. Elwyn Jones takes it down easily. And it's going to be Adam Jones who will run it. He gives it to the fullback Fussell, who's going to run at the line. Looking for Nick Evans, no doubt. And it is the big number 8, Allen, who goes steaming into the defensive line. Short pass to Hibbert. Now they look wide. It's Duncan Jones popping it out wide. It's Dirksen again, looking for another. The outside centre of Bishop now, trying to link up with his winger. He gets taken down just over halfway. Tibaldi's there waiting for it. It goes to Ryan Jones, who pops it to Duncan Jones.
Release.
And the Joneses are all about today. Here's Allen, passing to the left. Tibaldi's in the back line this time. He pops it over the top for Walker. Oh, that's a punishing shot from Saki. He has hammered him. And Walker loses the possession in the monstrous tackle. Oh, that was a big one. Fully legal as well, which is nice for a change. As we head to these final few minutes, a scrum feed for Harlequins. And it will be Care to put in. It's a good scrum so far from Harlequins. Looking to keep this steady. If they can score on the half-time whistle, they'll head to the sheds a much happier side. Here's Care. To the left side for Turner Hall. And the tackle gives it to Lowe. And it's the outside centre. Trying to put it away. He gets it away nicely eventually to Wallace. Monnier can't get away. He goes to ground just over halfway. Ball here for Kennedy. Short pass to Wallace. The locks combining. Nick Evans has to reach for it. He throws it out the back door. It comes from Care again. Oh, picked up and dumped down. Here's Care. And the Harlequins, Harlequins are going to lose this. And that is oh, wow. Offside, high tackle, and all sorts of wrong about that one. Big mistake from Harlequins to give away this penalty right on the break. That was Care. Is that Care or Easter? One of 8 or 9. And you'd imagine that Ospreys will gleefully kick this one into touch and head to the halftime breaks with a slender lead of just 5-0 over Harlequins here at Twickenham Stoop. For this one-off, what a requested match. What a match it has been so far. Harlequins have had no ball, and that says it in the stats. 67% of it for Ospreys, and also 63% of territory. The one scrum in the match went the way of Harlequins, and both sides have made a number of tackles. Ospreys remarkably making more despite having 2/3 of the possession. Line breaks, Ospreys lead that 4-3. And they have made just the one handling error and also just one high tackle. Harlequins have made 2, and 6 handling errors, which sum up their half. Really, they need to pick it up for the second spell of this requested match for Joe Kinsella. The Harlequin side trailing Ospreys 5-0. Let's get down for the second half of this one, see if Harlequins can get back in it, or Ospreys hold out and be too strong. Will it be a win for the Aviva Premiership, or a win for the RaboDirect Pro 12? You'll have to stay tuned and check it out and find out as Nick Evans kicks off once again, and Saki takes it beautifully and throws an intercept pass. Nicely done from Tipperick, and it's just giving the ball away. Ospreys say thank you very much, and now Tibaldi goes down the blind side. A little jinky run from the scrum half, and he goes to ground, good tackle, and loses the ball. Now we've got Evans popping it over the top for Turner Hall. Oh, he's got away from Bigger. He looks inside for Easter. Oh, the big number 8. Has he got the pace? Does he ever? Brilliant try for Easter. And appropriately so, this close to the day. Just a week out, Nick Easter gets an Easter gift for Harlequins. Break by Turner Hall. He just looked around, looked inside, and saw the big number 8 bundling up on his inside, popped the perfect pass in the tackle from the fullback and got it away. Easter showing some good speed on those big tree trunk legs to get himself over the line. I didn't think he'd do it, but look at the numbers that were chasing him. It was 3, 4 and 5, and that is how he got the job done. Had there been a high number in there, it might have been curtains for Easter, but a good finish. And that is exactly what Harlequins needed. Can they break the duck? A chance for the lead here for Evans. Another easy one. Oh my good word, he's pushed that well wide. There's a heavy breeze here for sure, but the kicking from both these fly halves has been woeful. What will decide this match? Harlequins will probably blow a valve here if they draw their second match. Ospreys kick off through Bigger, and he goes deep down to the 22 of Harlequins, and Wallace takes a kick off, giving it to Doran Jones. Now Evans away for Lowe, the outside centre waiting for his winger Saki to run up on it. Saki does. Saki tries to step, but gets taken down. Another good tackle, shutting the winger down. Now they pop it back to Evans, who looks like he might play a bit of territory, but he's taken in a massive hit and then intercepted from Ryan Jones. Couldn't make up his mind, Nick Evans, and he loses the ball. Now Tipperick gives it to Alwyn Jones, and he goes to ground on the 22. Harlequins, oh, they're throwing this away at the moment. Away to Bigger, out wide, good pass, this will be a try. It is another one for Dirksen. Off the mistake from Harlequins. Evans should have just kicked it. He dallied, he looked for the space. There was no fullback, it didn't matter. And he got turned over, and it was curtains from the air. They go wide. Tibaldi goes to Bigger, and the big pass going to Bishop. And from that moment on, there was no stopping Dirksen as the American crossed for his second try of the match, and he gives the lead back to Ospreys. The kick that could decide this one is coming up, and will be Bigger again. But Dirksen grabs himself a double, and Ospreys will be pretty happy with that performance out there on the right wing, finishing the job. But this is the one that needs to go over for Ospreys. Again, he's hit it to the left, and it'll stay left. A poor kick from Bigger. That is a shocking attempt, really, just as bad as Nick Evans. And in the context of this match, the kicking could have already decided the winner. It will be Nick Evans, who we just spoke of. His kicking has been extremely poor. He'll kick off, and he goes up to the left side. Lowe's chasing Monia, brilliantly out of the skies. Wallace, Kennedy, they switch it to the right. It's Evans, Lowe over the top for Saki. He gets through one, and it's advantage to the Ospreys. Offside, or forward pass, I presume there. As it's Beck who kicks it away, and Brown is waiting for it at the back. Takes it nicely, all turns and gets hammered. Big tackle. Evans gets the pop pass. And luckily for Harlequins, hangs on in the ruck. Easter, the try scorer, intercepted! It's going to be another chance. Can he get it? No. It's going to be dotted down from Brown. And that was almost a special play from Beck. There's 20 minutes remaining here. Who's going to make the telling play? Evans kicks away the 22. It bounces away from Bishop. And it's gone out right on the 22. And somehow Dirksen here is getting blamed for putting that into touch. It's a line out for Harlequins. Wow, how this match can change here. It's going to be great to throw in, and he's pinged for not straight. Keir scampers as if he's won the World Cup. But on this occasion, we're going back. It's going to be a scrum or line out for Ospreys. Not straight in the line out from Gray. And we will retake the line out. Hibbard will throw it in. The Welsh international goes to the back. It's stolen. Brilliantly stolen ball from Robson. Now, can they do something, Harlequins? Evans, double round, gets the numbers wide. Rob Shaw for the corner. He gets it. Harlequins level up again. A try for the open side flanker, Rob Shaw. Such a brilliant play from the turnover. How quickly on the back of Keir did they turn that defence into attack. Nick Evans, he was the one that doubled around Turner Hall and got the finish to Chris Robshaw. That is how it's done. There was Evans, and he pops it over. Still had another man outside him. That was Saki. Didn't need him, but it also results in a hard conversion attempt for Nick Evans. I don't think Harlequins fans can take another draw. They need to win this, Harlequins, or they need to lose it. As horrible as that sounds. Evans, can he be the hero? 12 to go. No. No, that is very poor. He hit it nicely. It looked all right, but it was always on the left side, just like Bigger was. And as a result, we're still locked up at 10-all. Neither team has made that telling difference so far. We have 10 minutes left. Surely not another draw as Saki takes the kickoff down and Marler gets it to Wallace. Evans, he'll be feeling poor, but here's Lowe. Lowe's breaking the line inside Bolasaki. No, he's pulled down from Tibaldi. Unbelievable play from the scrum half. Now it's Ospreys turning it over in the ruck. They go to the key man, Dirksen, and Monyao drives him into touch. And there's no hat trick in store for Dirksen just yet. Can these players take another draw? It's 10 apiece. And it's Gray throwing in, not straight. Oh, not straight again. I was almost going to say not straight last time. Hopefully he can get it right now. But he's butchered another one for Harlequins. But what will Ospreys do? Remember, they lost the line out.
Crouch.
And they opt for the scrum.
Cut.
So last time opting for the line out, they lost that to Harlequins, resulted in the try. This time, they opt for a scrum. Only the second of the match, as Harlequins won the first scrum of the match. Ospreys look like they have this one wrapped up now. And Tibaldi, where's he going to go? He goes across to his fly half Bigger, who kicks. I'm not too sure about that. It's set up nicely for Brown. Brown's in trouble though. Oh, Nick Evans runs nicely onto the pass.
Release.
This ball secured back again for Easter. He runs it off the back. Oh, Easter's away. Bishop makes a tackle, but it dribbles into touch. And oh my good word, it's another draw. Oh, the circumstances for Harlequins just get worse. They can't beat Ospreys. 10-all. And Ospreys with that result have now a loss, a win and a draw. Harlequins, 3 losses and 2 draws. That is just a remarkable record. The scorers, 1 kick could have made the difference. Nick Evans missed 2 from right out in front. Ospreys and Vicker missed 2 from out on the right hand side. What could have been for Harlequins a close win, turning into a draw in the end. The kicking coaches will be bored after this one, and they'll be out in the fields straight after the match with some practice. No doubt about that. The result, 10-all. Harlequins and Ospreys unable to be separated on this one. Rob Shaw and Easter get the tries for Harlequins, and Dirksen, the American, getting 2 for Ospreys. The full-time stats, you'll see Harlequins right back in the match, really possession and territory fairly even in the end. It was the handling errors and of course the high tackles in the first half that let them down. 14 handling errors in the first half. Ospreys made just 1 throughout the full 80 minutes. Line breaks got plentiful in the second spell, 9-7 throughout the 80 minutes, and Ospreys also grabbing a 5+ phase from their time in possession. But in the end, Harlequins unable to get the result once again, and they get their second consecutive draw. Ospreys, they now turn out to a loss, a win and a draw for their 3 matches, and 2 sides struggling to make a foothold in this competition. Draw out a 10-all draw. Thank you all for watching today's one-off what-if request match. Hope you've enjoyed the coverage, and I hope you, Joe, enjoyed your requested match. Unable to be separated, these 2 sides for this one, and we're back very soon for more one-off what-if requested matches. Plenty more of them to come. And remember, if you want to see your own match come true, leave it in the comments, and I'll try and play them all out over due course. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time for more one-off what-if on Rugby Challenge 2. Until then, take care.